The man grabs a hot stone and smashed it hard against the small glass in the wooden door. The three men had been trapped in the sauna for an hour, and the temperature inside is 85 degrees. With the last of his strength, the man breaks the glass. The men inside take a big breath of fresh air from outside. There are 4 people in the sauna. One is called Lisa, and the other Daisy. The man who just smashed the glass is Martin. The other man, Baker. After a fight with his girlfriend Lisa, Baker accidentally dropped a ladder on the side. He then left the ladder lying around. That's how the tragedy started. Martin saw Baker's anger and wanted to go to Baker's rescue, but Lisa stopped him. But they didn't know that. When Martin closed the door, the ladder slid down. It wasn't long before, when Lisa tried to open the door, it wouldn't open. The door closed and reopened. As a result of this slide of the ladder, the door was completely blocked. Now it wouldn't open inwards and couldn't be pushed outwards. Martin slammed the wooden door and it wouldn't budge. Lisa screams for help. Martin looked down at the glass. There was something outside blocking the door. Lisa pounds on the glass. Then she grabbed a barrel and smashed it against the glass, but to no avail. Martin then took a towel to the fireplace, grabbed a hot stone, and threw it on the floor. Then he asked Daisy to get mineral water and pour it into the barrel. Then he threw the stone into the water to cool it down. Let's wait for the temperature to go down. Grabbed the stone and threw it at the glass. Martin uses all his strength to smash the glass away. Lisa pushed Martin away and breathed in the fresh air. She thought that the air would lower the temperature in the house. But then Martin said, the heater will continue to heat up in order to maintain the set temperature. The heaters will continue to heat up. The set temperature is maintained. This means that the temperature will remain at 85 degrees. That's when Martin came up with a solution. He wraps a towel around a stone and threw the towel through the window, trying to attach it to the ladder. The man wraps a bath towel around the stone and tries to tie the ladder, because a ladder was blocking the doorway. Eventually the man tried for a long time but couldn't, and Lisa saw the thermoregulator on top. Tries to break him by picking up a stone. Martin warned him loudly not to soak. The consequences of a broken thermostat are too much for anyone to bear. Even the temperature would reach its maximum. Daisy, who was listening, went forward to stop it. Lisa, who was stopped, was furious, and Martin sees the bulb and has a daring idea. Martin took the bulb off, wrapping the spoon in a towel and dipping it in water. Martin thought the light bulb was wired to the same line as the heater. Thinking the bulb was short-circuited, the heater naturally turned off too. Martin inserted the spoon into the bulb socket. A strong electric current managed to blow the fuse. Martin also fell to the floor with a convulsion. But it seems that the light bulb and the heater are not wired in the same way. We're not in the same place. And so the 3 men continued to suffer the heat. After about an hour, suddenly they heard a dog barking outside the door. The owner of the sauna must have returned. They banged and banged, shouting for help. At that moment Baker came over, and the sound of the 3 men in the sauna were drowned out by the smoke and fire in the sky. They could not be heard at all. Baker saw the lights go out in the sauna, thinking the 3 had gone, and then Baker walks away, and the dog runs up to the owner, who is setting off fireworks. The owner saw the dog keep barking and thought something was wrong, ready to follow the dog back to the sauna. But just in time Baker took the owner down. Baker told the owner that Martin and the 3 of them had left, and he didn't even call himself. The 2 men didn't even know it yet. The 3 men were already very weak. Then they drove off, leaving a dumbfounded big black dog behind. The temperature in this sauna was 85 degrees, and there are 3 people trapped inside for nearly 3 hours, and there was already a serious lack of water. That's when Lisa finally sat down. She tried to smash the thermostat. Daisy tried desperately to stop her. In the middle of the argument, Daisy accidentally knocked Lisa unconscious. Martin then said he wasn't sure what the damage would do. It turns out the thermostat is not important. Daisy throws a stone at the thermostat. When the thermostat was broken, the temperature of the stove rose instantly, and Martin was devastated. As he watches the temperature rise higher and higher, Martin goes mad and then turns to laughter. Daisy is terrified. Martin stands up and hits the stove. Then his body clings to the stove and shakes it. Suddenly the gas pipe breaks. The stove goes out, but the gas leak exploded. Martin was killed. The explosion blew the door open. Daisy ran out of the house. A drink is consumed with pleasure, and then the camera turns. It turns out that Daisy was imagining things. The gas is still leaking, and Baker is still complaining about the trio leaving without calling him. Here Daisy pulls Lisa to the door to prevent the gas from poisoning her body. With her strength exhausted, Daisy grabbed a towel and tied it around the beam, and then wrapped the towel around Lisa's arm. Daisy then removes the stone, blocked the gas pipe with the burning. She then collapsed from the poisoning. Shortly afterwards the owner came back. He looked at the ladder at the sauna door and saw that something was wrong, and Lisa, with her haggard, pale face, appeared in front of the owner. The boss then called the police, and Baker sat by, regretting and blaming himself. But it was no use. Daisy woke up in the ambulance, holding on to Lisa's hand, and that was the end of the film, and Martin was gone forever.